What is going on, everybody? Matt Johnson, MattJohnsonSells.com, located at John North Ford here in Emporia, Kansas. It's Monday. It's noon. It's time for Car Confessions. This is episode number 18. And don't mind me here. I am jumping outside my comfort zone a little bit and doing a live, which I don't do very often. I don't like to do. I never know what I'm going to say or what's going to happen. But in this case, I have a special guest that will be joining me here shortly. Once I see him jump in here, I will go ahead and invite him in. What's going on, Brian? I do a podcast every Monday, 12 o'clock, fresh off the weekend, and discuss some type of car buying tip or do an interview with some type of entrepreneur, just to see what motivates them, what drives them, and what makes them different from somebody that, would just punch a clock every day, and just be happy doing that. So I'm waiting for him to jump in here. Hi, Susan. How are you? And thank you guys for jumping in here and joining me here. All right. Like I said, I am just waiting for JC to jump in here. While I'm waiting on JC, is there any of you guys that are watching this that have any questions that I could answer about the car buying experience, about vehicles in general, that I'm more than happy to answer while I'm waiting here? I know some of y'all watching gotta have questions, because I've learned that nobody likes the car shopping. Everybody likes the car buying. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have on any of the new Fords, Lincolns, Nissans, or any of the pre-owned vehicles that we have as well. All right, I still don't see him in here. JC, where you at, man? There he is. Just takes a little bit. All right, I sent him the invite, so it'll take just a minute to do it here. For everybody that is on this live stream, if you would invite people in here, like this thing, share this thing, help me gain a little bit of traction with my podcast, I would truly appreciate it. There he is.
What's up, bro?
Can you hear me, dude?
Man?
All right, man. There. All right. Can you hear me all right, JC?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Absolutely, man.
Well, that's what's up. That's
Uh,
what's up.
so I will go ahead and just fire away with the first question, kind of tell you, have you tell uh, everybody a little bit about who you are and your background.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so I'm known as JC Limitless. My name is John Cerrone, and I'm the guy you want to come see if you want to get your mind right. If you want me to rewire your mind and get you on a road to success, check this out. I'm the guy that you want to talk to, man. I'm deep into like psychology, neuropsychology, law of attraction, success, leadership, all of the above. You know, if there's anything that you want to learn about yourself, about yourself, improving your outcomes, I would definitely be the guy that you would want to talk to. I'm also the founder of the Limitless Institute, which is a place for me to be omnipresent with everybody. It's a digital platform full of videos to teach everybody things, anything from, you know, building your confidence, building your discipline, how to achieve your goals, what type of goals. I've built a business from $236 into almost $400,000 if I need any credibility on that. So I'm all about getting you right, man. And I know how powerful your mind is because of the places that I came from in my life. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had nothing handed to me. I just knocked out the cat. You know, I didn't have this stuff handed to me, man. I literally worked for everything I got, and I was able to create it on my own. So I would love to share that with everybody here. Um, and my mission is just to come out here. I literally want to change the lives of hundreds of millions of people, man, and get them to live a life that they love, that they're happy, they're excited about getting up for. They're, you know, we can get into some deep stuff getting into that little arena, but we'll pass that on. But I just want people to understand the value of life and what they're actually capable of doing in their life.
Awesome. I mean, you kind of went into my next question a little bit as far as what you do. Why is it that you do it? I mean, what drives you and what made you to decide to take the leap from growing and creating that successful business into what you're doing now?
Okay, so the quick rundown, because it could get a little crazy. The quick rundown is this, man. I grew up, and it may sound cliche, it may sound whatever, but it's the God honest truth. Um, I grew up in a dysfunctional home. My dad wasn't around. He bounced when I was 8. Um, and if you got kids in here, earmuffs really quick. But my dad told me when I was little, man, that I would never be shit, I would never have shit, and I would never amount to shit if I didn't go live with him. And I chose not to because he was abusive. And during that journey, I was in a house full of women. It was my mom and my 3 sisters and myself. And then I was like, dude, this isn't the life for me. Like, I'm going to go figure this out. I was a troubled youth. I got in a ton of trouble. I went to jail. I put myself on a course of self-destruction because I didn't know the options that were out there, man. Like, if somebody told me, hey, man, like, just be happy today, I would cringe inside and want to rip their face off. Like, there's no happy people out here. And I found that through my own learning and my own willpower that, dude, there is a way to be happy. There is a life that's awesome. It's not this concrete jungle we're all shown on the news and everything else, man. There's beautiful places, bodies of water, mountains, cultures, awesome people, man, they will migrate towards you because you are that person, man. You be the change that you want to see in the world, and it's the truth, and it will come to you. And because I found the power of how powerful my mind was, I'll give you a quick little. I'm going to give you a quick little snippet of part of my
Sure.
life, which was the game changer for me because I started to get into um, like personal development, if you will. I wouldn't say it was actually that yet, but I wanted better. And so I wasn't a reader. Like, I hated reading, but for some reason I was intrigued by this book. When I went to jail one time, I found this book as a psychology book, and the officers came to my cell and they took the book from me and told me that it was contraband and I couldn't have it. And I'm like, yo, like, people go to school and pay tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn this. What do you mean it's contraband? and he showed me a letter from the warden, said that that's why they're coming here to take it. And it took me like 3 days to figure this out. But they took it because that's how powerful your mind is. That's what you can become. That's how sharp you can become. That's how much of an edge you can have on life if you learn to train your mind. And from that moment forward, I was hooked. When I got out, I wasn't in trouble no more. I haven't been in trouble since. I started a business from $236, made almost $400,000 my last year in business. It was a general contracting company. And along my journey, I started sharing my actual story. And we don't have time for it today, but I definitely think I'm going to do it again on my page. But I saw the people pouring into me, like coming to me, messaging me, emailing me, and doing all this stuff. And I wasn't JC Limitless at the time. Like, I was known as him, but like I wasn't training or teaching people anything. I was still building my other business. And I just couldn't refuse it, man. I got greater joy going to a third grade classroom in the Bronx and speaking to them and seeing the reaction on their faces than I did building any $500,000 house I ever built. And that was it for me. And I didn't get paid to go talk to those kids. Like, I wanted to go see them. And I just saw how I could ignite something in another person to better themselves. And if I could do this to hundreds of millions of people, man, like, shut it down, man. Sell all the trucks, sell the trailers, sell the equipment. Standard building is no more, man. We are now going full blown into limitless. So, I mean, that's what it is. I have this drive to get people to better themselves, man. It's best I can say it to you.
And that ties into part of the reason that you do it is that drive to help people, to help them see their potential and live up to their potential. Is that about right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Man, we are capable of so much, man. Look at it this way. And you're ex-military, right?
I am.
And today is 9/11, baby. And I just want to say really quick, man, nobody is forgotten, man. And that day will never be forgotten. There was some amazing individuals that came to help out and rescue people that day. And what has happened to our country changed us forever. But thank you so much for serving, bro. Thank you for what you've done in your time, and everybody else out there the same. I'm forever grateful. But I mean, getting back to what you said, look at a Navy SEAL. Those guys and women are not bred in some freaking chemical lab somewhere, and they're just some super people. Those are normal people like you and me, but they are trained to take on the mental abuse. They're trained to take on the physical abuse. They're trained to take the emotional abuse. They can withstand weather that you can't even believe. They can withstand interrogations that you would cry for years about. They can withstand all of this because that's how powerful our minds are. Our mind is in control of all of that. It's in control of our physical being, our emotional being, our spiritual being, our mental being. All of that combined is a powerful, powerful tool, man. And I want people to experience even just a fraction of that, man. I mean, I can't even say that I've experienced it all, and I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So the things that people think they can't have, they can. It's just how bad do you want it? Are you going to be disciplined to go get it?
Absolutely. And I know that you're part of the reason that I've created this podcast, and I'm doing this live interview right now to take me out of my comfort zone and what I know, because I usually pre-record these. I don't like going live. I don't. It's not my thing. It's not what I like doing. But you've helped me a lot since I would say at least the beginning of this year, grow and get to the point that I'm at right now. And of course, I'm still growing every day. And what you've shown and what you've done has been just absolutely huge for me. And I know that there's a group of, I don't even know how many of us that are all together in the group and lean on each other and just really, really pull from each other. What was it that created that group? And was it something so that it was self-sustaining on your end, or just to try to grow it organically? How does that work?
So there's a lot of different things involved in that, man. It was in the beginning, really in the beginning, man. It was when I told my story to people and they seen what I was able to accomplish in my life, and I mean, they came to me like, "Yo, if you can do it, I can too." And I mean, they flooded towards me. I mean, I was on social media, I was on Periscope, and like I was being mentioned with like millionaire mentor, millionaire motivator, ask a millionaire, clever investor, Ocean Sky, Grant Cardone, Gary V, Tony Robbins, like everybody associated me with them because of what I was able to accomplish. And they're like, dude, I can do it too. I can do it too. And they kept coming to me and coming to me. And I'm like, I'm looking at this thing like building up so fast. I got 1 million hearts on Periscope my first 8 days on Periscope. I'd never been on social media in my life before that. And when I seen what this was able to create, I'm like, yo, we got to get all these people at the same place at the same time. So I invited everybody to this app called Quad, and the community started growing. We got like over 3,000 people in there in like 7 or 8 days. And in there it was crazy because I didn't know what I was doing, and I went to the wrong app because it was literally like a text message with 3,000 people texting at once. And I would go to sleep and wake up in the morning with 11,000 notifications. People were leaving Quad because their phones were dying because of all the notifications. Their batteries wouldn't last. So when I seen it coming together, I'm like, yo, this is great. It's community driven. These people know what they want. A week, 2 weeks later, people are like, JC, I quit my job. What do I do next? JC, like, I learned how to create logos. Do you want a logo? JC, this and that. All this was going on. I'm like, yes. So it was me fueling the community, but at the same time, the community was fueling each other. They were challenging each other. They were pushing each other. There was no limit to what these people were trying to do. Like the people that were creating my Instagram videos for me, they were gifting them to me. They're like, hey, put this on your page. This will look cool. And they were like, cool videos. These people never even had a computer program like this in their life. They just downloaded some stuff and started making videos. And it was a little way for them to see what they're actually capable of doing. And it's amazing. So like, it's me, it's the community, it's all of us together. It's what we share. It's what we take in. It's a breathing, it's Frankenstein, man. This thing has finally stood up, and we're trying to get this thing to walk. So it's just a collaboration of everybody together that makes Limitless.
And that's awesome. And it all started just from taking a chance, or reading the book, educating yourself. How did you get your mind changed from the negative to the positive to take this step?
Well, it's a brutal experience for me, honestly. It was a brutal sack of bricks to the face, dude, and it didn't happen overnight. It was a continuous learning experience for me, man. It was when I was in jail and laying there at night on the concrete slab, looking at the concrete walls, thinking to myself, I don't belong here, listening to the conversations through the walls. And the crazy thing is it sounded like all my friends, the same talk and the same subjects and the same everything. And at the same time, it just made me cringe. I just knew I didn't want it no more. And I knew there was something better to life. And I refused to put myself around it. I stopped going out to the day room. I stopped playing cards with people. I stopped watching TV, listening to music. I took it to a place where all those things were so valued in there that the officers could come in and take it away and it would be punishment. But you could come to me and take everything away. I wasn't punished. I had what I needed. I needed myself and what I wanted to learn. And I just kept teaching myself how to get out of that situation. And it was just a concrete decision in my mind, and to be completely, utterly self-disciplined to stay on this track no matter how hard it got. Because let me tell you something, man, when we make changes in our life, they are not going to be, you will not see a smooth transition anywhere in your freaking life when you go to make a change. I promise you that. It'll be the most painful, awkward, uncomfortable, ridiculous, this can't even be real life experience that you'll ever have. And for people to make it past that part of it, then it starts getting easier. I wouldn't say it gets easier, but you become more immune to it. And you start to realize that it's not about little gifts. It's not about little wins. It's not about weak desires. It's about bigger things in life that you want for yourself. So for me, it had to be a brutal awakening. Like, enough's enough. Like, best way I can put it is you got to get pissed off enough at the situation you're in to change your mind, to understand that you don't want to be here no more and you want better. And you're going to find out which way you're going to go, and you're going to stick to that by any means necessary.
And that's awesome. And I know because I'm familiar enough with you, and I've heard you speak multiple times before, but that it's been a long road, and it's been tough. What really separates you from some of the other ones out there that you'll see on social media, that they'll take pictures of flashy cars, big houses, and I mean, how do people avoid somebody like that and not get sucked into that and follow somebody that's you know really out there to help people and make a difference?
Dude, that's the biggest question of the day. I'm gonna tell you, because I know what separates me, but maybe some of the listeners and some people just they're not ready to hear this yet, or they don't get it yet. And believe me, like, I am pushing for everybody to have whatever car, house, lifestyle that they want. That for me. And people can say that's just materialistic and that's just money. That's fine. And then they're going to say that that stuff won't make you happy. And I'll be like, well, being broke, sitting on your couch with your head between your knees ain't going to make you happy either. They immediately relate that stuff to happiness, and that's not the case. I push for all that. But the thing for me is I started really studying psychology and neuropsychology. I can tell you how your brain functions. Literally, I can tell you how beliefs are created, how they're disconnected, how you create new beliefs, new thoughts, stay focused, become disciplined. I can teach you how to program your mind to stay focused for what you want. Some of these other guys, and this is my challenge, is and actually, Matt, if you want to share that audio I put on self-discipline in the group on your page later, feel free to
Okay.
do that, and have everybody fast forward to 49 minutes and start listening to what they're talking about with motivational speakers, because there's this thing about people and feeling good and entertainment and drama and I get it. Like, we all want to smile, we all want to feel good, but they're masking something in replacement of actually putting the work in and learning. Because the small weak desires that we have, that's what everyone will feed into, man. Like, hey man, everybody come over here and follow me because I got this mansion and these cars, and I'm gonna drag you on. I'm gonna make you feel good. I'm gonna bounce. And I feel like that's what a lot of my competition does, and it's hard for people to resist, and I get it. But at the same time, man, I know what differentiates me. I know what I can do to people to teach them to go get this stuff in real life without worrying about if they're excited or, man, you know what? I'm not motivated today. I don't feel good today. I'm not doing shit until I go get a motivational video. And after I listen to that, I'll feel good. Then I'll go chase my dreams again. And it's all about getting the results. How are you going to get the results? Because you're only motivated for so long, and it wears off, and then you got to do it again and again.
Right.
And like, just like at your car dealership, I bet you every 3 months or so, you got a new motivational speaker or a new sales trainer coming in to give you guys a lowdown on something, because it's short-lived. Like, they'll come in and here you go. Here's all my antics, and here's all my little slogans, and I'm gonna get you hyped up, and everybody is for the next 2 weeks, and then it falls apart because they don't have the actual tools to keep it going. And that's what I want to give. I want to give the actual tools. So I'm out here fighting entertainment versus education, and education is the key to actually getting what you want. But I'm gonna find out a way to try and make this a fun thing too.
Absolutely. So is there anything new, exciting, either in your industry, in your area, um, or that's coming up that, or you're releasing, I guess, that you can share with everybody? Something big happening?
Okay, so as far as industry goes, I'll give everybody the lowdown right now. So for the last, I don't know, since the beginning of time, there's nothing that's ever changed about what success really is. It's all the same. Tony Robbins has just found 25,000 different ways to show you the same exact principles to success in the last 20 years. Um, Man, the industry doesn't change. It's just people, faces, and the way it's presented. So the industry itself, man, I have to say, I want to disassociate myself with it, but at the same time, I know that's where I need to be able to actually help some people out, man. So the industry, man, it's same thing every day, brother. It's the same thing, just new faces. And man, as far as Limitless, I mean, I have the Limitless Institute. You can go check it out, thelimitlessinstitute.com. We're actually right now finishing up. We've been working like crazy to get these videos in there. It's a digital platform where I can be there for you to walk you through the process of rewiring your mind. You can literally, if you follow step by step and you don't pick and choose what you want to do, or this sounds a little crazy, if you actually follow the steps, it will rewire your mind. You will be a lot happier. You will have the things you want. You'll be able to do way more stuff than what you think you're actually capable of doing, man. And it's just putting in the work. So the limitlessinstitute.com, man, go check it out. That's where it is, man. That's what it's going to be. I want to shape the way people are learning and what interests them, and what real value looks like in life and choices and people. What do your texts look like? What do your emails look like? What does the conversations look like? Who are you hanging around with? Are you watching TV? There's a lot of stuff, man. So get on the limitlessinstitute.com. Get signed up. It's a lifetime membership, $997, and you are with me for life. I'll be constantly adding new content to it for a lifetime. So that's the only thing you're going to need, man. That's the only thing I want to share with anybody is get over there and check that out.
Awesome. What's like a little known fact or secret about you that you want to share with the listeners and everybody that's on the stream here?
So and this might help everybody out a little bit with me, because I do come across kind of like sharp, straight edge, stubborn, one focus, one way, no joking around. I hate entertainment. I hate drama. But in reality, I do. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy conversations. I do like to laugh and smile and joke around. There's a reason why I don't put that on my social media, because not for an instant do I want people to think that I take anything to do with myself or my brand as a joke. I try to back away from doing that. Maybe down the road I'll open up to that a little more, but I am a jokester. I am a prankster. I do like to have fun, but it's a different type of fun. It's a different type of pranking and different way of thinking. So some people get it, some people don't, man. So I would say that's probably the number one thing, because not a lot of people do know that about me.
I got you. I absolutely understand, and I know I'm kind of the same way. I don't do a whole lot of it. I like to joke around and have fun. You don't really see that on the social media side, because I try to be all business and all serious, and everybody tells me that
I can see it all over your face right now.
Yeah. I got told today from one of the guys that I need to remember to pull the stick out of my ass on Mondays and have fun when I show up here at work.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that too. Is there anything else that I missed or that you'd like to cover that I haven't asked?
Man, just if I could say anything, I challenge you to come stop by my page, my personal page, my business pages. Come check it out and take a listen. Be open-minded to it. I put a lot of content out on my pages. We also have the group, the Limitless group, where we have like 1,600 members in there, and that it's a free group. There's nothing there. All I want is for people to engage and help each other in there, and do not go in there making it look like I'm staring at a commercial with people promoting and self-promoting and putting up ads. It's a learning group. It's all about teaching yourself. I like to look at it like this: like when you come to the Limitless group, everybody, it's time to scheme and huddle. It's game time. It's game time, and we're gonna plan in here in the group, and then we're gonna take this out to our world. You know, like I'm gonna take it out to my car sales. I'm gonna take it out to my family. I'm gonna take it out to my job or my business or whatever. It's our place to come as a safe house to huddle, learn, be vulnerable, share our life, our experiences, and then go back out to the world and dominate. So if you guys want to join that too, I'll put the link in there. I'll drop all the links to everything in here.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask is where can everybody find you, and what platforms you prefer to have them contact you and find you on.
Yeah, so I'll post my websites in here. I'll post the groups in here and my pages and stuff like that. I'll put them on separate posts so you can see what they are. And man, like I just want to leave everybody with this, man. I want you to, you know, and we're just talking about poking fun. There's a time to poke fun. There's a time to have fun. And it's not a scheduled thing, you know, like we see a moment and we enjoy it. You know, those are moments in time that we can freeze with ourselves and have fun. But I really want, if you took one thing from this entire podcast, from this lesson, is really start to take things serious for yourself. You know, start to really, and this is hard, take self inventory of your shortcomings. Where are you messing up, man? What is it that is hard for you? Because all the things that are super hard for you, all the things that are just unimaginable, those are the things that you need to work on. That's going to take you to a place you've never been before. Going to the unknown, being uncomfortable, that's where all the treasure is. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. So the more that you risk with being vulnerable or getting into, you know, maybe something that happened in your past or something that you don't do every day. Maybe you're not disciplined. Maybe you're really timid. Maybe whatever it is that's happening, you know what that is. Visit that and conquer that. And if you need help with it, feel free to come to my page and be like, yo, like, hey, JC, I'm struggling with this. And I'll be glad to do a live stream about it. I'll be glad to help you out. I'll be glad to share information. Don't be scared to message me. Don't be scared to come post on my post or show up or share my stuff. Whatever. I want to engage with you. I don't want to just be a public figure. You know, like I'm freaking JC, man. I'm alive. I'm real. This is the real deal here, man. So come engage and visit those things, man. Take life serious, man. Seriously, like look at it like this. From the moment you are born, the clock has started ticking. You're dying from the moment you're born. How crazy does that sound? JC, that's a little too serious. But you want to know what? That's the reality of it. Our time starts ticking. And what are you going to do with that time? Who are you going to become? What are you going to do? Are you going to leave a legacy, a dynasty? We haven't got into the dynasty yet, Matt. But what are you going to do, man? Because all these successful people, all these amazing people, all these huge influencers, all of your idols, all of these people that you can think of in your mind right now that are just amazing. They're no different than you. They're no different. Nobody in here is any different than anybody else. Explore that. Take it serious. Run with it and be your true self when you do it, man. No matter how many people want to say something about you or whatever, be yourself and do that.
I appreciate that, and I mean that is damn good advice to hear, and that's why I wanted to uh, have you on the podcast, and I thank you for agreeing to allow me to interview you
Yeah, of
because
course.
September is self-improvement month, and I couldn't think of anybody better than you to help get me kicked off and started and uh, help everybody work not just during September, but every day of the month, because I know there's a difference between your having ideas and resolutions once a year on New Year's Eve versus goals that you write down every single day, which I wrote mine down this morning. I brought this because I figured you might call me out on it, so I wanted to make sure I brought this.
Yes, man.
But that's, I mean, that's a true difference, and I talked about it in my last podcast. Is the difference between having an idea, thinking it, versus a goal, writing it down, and something to work and achieve for.
Yeah, and I couldn't have said that any better, man. Look at it like this, guys, and I know that you're probably thinking, like, because I mentioned something about the Limitless Institute being $9.97, and people are like, but this is for a lifetime, because anybody that has a 6-week course for personal development, they're literally selling you a freaking 6-week course. You are not going to learn everything you need to know about personally developing yourself in 6 weeks. Personal development is every freaking second that you are awake. It's every minute of the day, everywhere you go, every setting you're in. The success clock stops for nobody, and you need to really take that serious, because making a New Year's resolution is, I promise you, I bet anybody in here, name one resolution that you followed through with until the end of the year. If anybody can do that, I would love to see that, because I don't know anybody that's ever have. That doesn't work. Writing your goals down every day, twice a day, reading those goals 6 times a day, having a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal, a 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 90-day goal, a year goal, 5-year goal, 10-year goal, 25-year goal, 3 to 4 generations from now goal. That is going to get you what you want. And people are probably like, dude, JC, that's a lot of damn work. Yeah, well, so is sitting on the couch sucking at life. That's a lot of work, man. That's more energy draining than writing down a piece of paper. Because once you do all those big goals, like, you don't have to write those down every day. Like, they're gonna evolve, they're gonna change. But writing them down every day will keep you focused and on track, and you will hit these goals. You will follow through with them. You just need to know what you want and be completely self-disciplined to go get them. I couldn't agree with you more, man. The goals and the way you view things, there's just too much, man, that goes on in my head that I can't explain Limitless in a sentence. And anybody who says, hey, if you can't explain your business in one sentence, you don't know what you're talking about. Your mind is so complex. I can't even begin to explain what what all goes on in your personal development and getting you where you need to go. I deal with so many people on so many different levels, from so many different experiences, on so many different mindsets, on so many different views, so many different cultures, so many places in the world. It's a wreck, man. It's hard. And I accept that challenge, but get focused, man, on what you want. Write those goals down. Be completely ridiculously disciplined on them goals, man. You can't get a new outcome if you don't change your thinking. You can't get a new outcome if you don't improve yourself. You will not get one. Every day we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts on average every day. If 90% of those thoughts are the same today as they were yesterday, you are completely repeating yesterday all over again. You're repeating history. Let's get it, man. Let's change. Let's stay focused. Let's know what we want. Know where we're going. Successful people are successful because they know exactly where they're going. They write it down every day, man.
Absolutely. And again, I couldn't agree with you anymore. And I know you'll post the links of where everybody can find you in here. I want to thank you again for jumping on here, allowing me to interview you for my podcast, and take the time. And you guys make sure you come back through here and look at the links to follow JC on Facebook, Instagram, at thelimitlessinstitute.com. Check it out. It is definitely life-changing shit that you are going to come across and going to see. And I will see you guys next week. If you have any questions about what we've talked about or need help reaching out to JC, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Matt Johnson Sells. You can email me directly through my website, mattjohnsonsells.com. And until next week, and I have a new guest, I will see y'all. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks, JC.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot, man. Everybody have a great day.
I'll see y'all later.